Welcome to DIY Landscape Supply.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Baseball. And as a little helpful hint, I'm not going to jump in on David Demo's feet and take his legs out. I'm not going to Mr. Miyagi him and sweep him off his legs. So that's why we got Monday Night Baseball here, and we're not going to play the NBC game of the week that he's doing with the 1978 season ticket process. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to keep the same American League 1978 replay, but when we hit Monday nights, we're only going to play one game, and that is going to be the ABC Monday Night Baseball games, and that can be American League or National League. We've only been playing American League up to this point, but we're going to throw in some National League games that's on the actual schedule. Now, before only on the Monday night scheduled games. Otherwise, we'll stay with our American League schedule. It's going to be ABC Monday Night Baseball themed process. So Mr. Dave Demos can enjoy his NBC game of the week in 1978. He has the actual schedule I've sent to him, and hopefully he'll put good use to that. Well, tonight we have a doubleheader. Our first seven announcers are going to do John Matlack and Mark the Bird Fidrich, an excellent matchup. And then we'll take you to the West Coast for Hotel California, as it will be the Minnesota Twins and the California Angels. So stay tuned for both games here on the channel. So let's go ahead and play this, and let's get going here. Got my job that's going to be lined up next couple days, so it's going to be a little bit hairy games in. So we want to play when we can. Hopefully, play two at a time is what we want. So let's get to the process here. Do we like this Ranger Stadium, or does it look cheesy as hell? So let's see what I have in the old tank here. I could find myself my Texas ballparks, and we'll go ahead and play some baseball. Let's take a look what Texas gives me. Kind of like the Texas ballpark. Has that old time feel to it. So it's going to be field 211. Got to change these. So when the game pops up, it will pop up the automatic ballparks that I need. Ready, folks? Let's play ball. So let's go to New Texas ballpark. So for the Texas Rangers defensively is Oliver Benitez Washington. That's a total of 7 of a possible 12. So it's a little bit below average. The 4 and Claudel Washington and right kind of makes this defense a little worse. Hara Campaneris, Wills Hargrove. That's a total of 13 out of a 16. So well below average. Behind the plate, Jim Sundberg, one of the fine catchers in the American League. On the mound, John Matlack. No decision in his first start. He went the full 9 innings against the Yankees, 7 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and he has a 3.00 ERA. For the Tigers, it's LaFleur, Dillard, Staub, Thompson, Kemp, Spikes, Parrish, Rodriguez, Wagner. They are loading the lineup against a left-handed pitcher tonight. We'll see if John Matlack can contain that. So LaFleur leads off. John Matlack is ready. Let's play ball from Texas. LaFleur hitting 294, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Matlack. That's a strikeout for LaFleur. He's down on strikes. Here's Steve Dillard, 250 average, 8 at-bats. Matlack with the windup. Here's the pitch to Dillard, and that's going to be a line drive caught, 2 outs. Now here's Rusty Staub. So Matlack with the windup, and here's the pitch. And that'll be a fly ball center. Benitez is there, makes the catch, and 3 up, 3 down. Detroit, nothing. Here come the Rangers. So for the Texas Rangers, it will be Hargrove, Campaneris, Oliver. Zisk, Kara, Washington, Beniquez, Wills, and Sunberg. Designated hitter is Mr. Richard Zisk. So for the Tigers, Kemp, LaFleur, and Spikes. That's a total of 9 of a possible 12. Below average, Kemp's the 4, LaFleur's the 3. For the Tigers, Rodriguez, Wagner, Dillard, Thompson. That is a 12 out of a possible 16. So again, about average to below average. Lance Parrish, 4 E5 minus 2. Not He's still a young pup here. He has not yet grown to be the solid catcher. On the mound, Mark the Bird Fidrich. 0-1, lost a heartbreaker to Dave Lematzik and the Blue Jays. He went 9 innings, gave up 2 hits and lost, gave up a home run to Alan Ashby, and that was basically the lone run. Of course, Fidrich only had 22 innings on the year, so his arm and shoulder will go out very soon, and that'll probably be the last we'll see of Mark Fidrich in Stratomatic. So Mike Hargrove will come up. We'll wait 15 minutes for him to get in the box. Through 18 at bats, he's hitting 444. So Fidrich waits, and here's the pitch. Ground ball to second. Good play by Dillard. There's one out. Here's Campy. So Campy so far. Campy on the year hitting 364 through 11 at bats. Fidrich with the windup. Here's the pitch to Campaneris. That's a ground ball to short, picked up by Wagner. He can't get it, and he won't make the play. Campaneris will beat it out. That's an infield hit. Coming in the ball game, the Tigers are 1-3, and the Texas Rangers are 1-3. Welcome to Arlington, home of the Texas Rangers. Al Oliver lead off. He's hitting 353. These Rangers are hitting so far. A double home run and 7 RBIs. So let's see if Campy can run. Can he do it? He'll get it on a 44% and a 13. He does. Here's the throw to Campaneris. No, Parrish got him. Dillard with the throw, and Campaneris is dead. So Lance Parrish throws out a base runner. There's 2 outs. Fidrich with the windup. Here's the pitch to Oliver. That's going to be a pop-up to second. Dillard there makes the catch, and we're 1 inning in. Detroit nothing and Texas nothing. Mr. Ben Witz is here. Hello, Ben. Welcome aboard. I saw you when you first came in, but I had a lot to talk about. So, again, thank you so much for being here. Jason Thompson, the batter. He'll be followed by Kemp and Spikes. Thompson's one of the rare lefties in this lineup against Matlack. Matlack with the windup. Here's the pitch to Thompson, and that's a ground ball to second. Wills with the play, 1 away, and here's Steve Kemp. Kemp, the batter, left-handed hitter, hitting 313. Matlack with the windup. Here's the pitch. That will be a ground ball to second. Wills with the play, and there's 2 outs here in the second. Here's Charlie Spikes. He's 2 for 6 so far. Matlack with the windup. Here's the pitch to Spikes, and that's a catch. X behind the plate. This should do it. It does. A little nubbering from the plate. Sunberg gets up and throws them out to retire the side. Oh, Richie Zisk is up. Sorry. 2 outs. So now here's Zisk we're in the bottom second. So Tigers are out in order. No score, bottom 2. Zisk, Hara, Washington. Zisk so far is 3 for 15 and 3 ribbies. Fidrich with a windup. Here's the pitch to Zisk, and that's a fly ball left field. Kemp is there, 1 away. Now, so far here in Arlington, singles are 1-7, home runs are 1-5. Fidrich with a windup. Toby Hara hitting 313, and the pitch. That will be a walk, and there it is. Hara's on. Let's see now. Did they learn their lesson, or do they want to run on him? Here's a play, and doesn't get the lead, so Hara has to hold. Here's Claudel Washington. He's hitting 385, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, and there's talk about a trade in the works for Claudel. Fidrich from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Claudel, and that's going to be a ground ball to third. Goes to second. No, Washington beats it out, and there is 2 outs. Here is Juan Beniquez. Boy, he's struggling. 0 for 15, has a couple strikeouts. Still looking for his first hit. Fidrich from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Juan Beniquez. And that is the first base hit for Beniquez. Over the head of LaFleur. Washington the second. Here comes Washington. He's going to try to score. He's going to throw for the lead runner. And the throw is not in time. Just gets in. And the Rangers lead 1-0. RBI double for Beniquez. He gets out of his schneid. 1-0 Rangers. And here's Bump Wills hitting 143 and 14 at bats. Home run, 2 RBIs. Fidrich from the stretch. And that's going to be a pop to second. Dillard there makes the catch. We played 2, Texas 1, Detroit nothing. So now here's Lance Parrish hitting 143, home run, 2 RBIs in 7 at bats. Matlack with the windup. Here's the pitch to Parrish, and that's a base hit for Parrish. He gets on. Parrish, no speed, didn't have speed when he was younger. Aurelio Rodriguez, the batter, 6 at bats, has 1 hit, hitting 167. Matlack from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Rodriguez, and that's a ground ball to second. Wills is going to try to turn 2. No, it gets past him. He knocked it down. Parrish has to stop at second, and the Tigers got 2 on and nobody out. So the Tigers have a little something going here. Here's Wagner. There's no Trammell, no Whitaker with the lefty on the mound today. Second baseman is Dillard, who smashes lefty, and Wagner smashes lefties as a shortstop. This is totally a platoon spot for the Tigers. Matlack from the stretch. First and second, nobody out. Pitch to Wagner. And that is a fly ball to center. Beniquez is a 1. He'll catch it. Makes the catch. Oh, he does not make the catch. Beniquez will drop the damn ball. Parrish will score. Rodriguez stops at third, and it's 1-1 ball game. How about that? 1-1 bottom 3. So now Ron LaFleur, second and third, nobody out, 1-1 ball game. A rare Beniquez mistake. Matlack from the stretch. Here's a pitch to LaFleur, and that's a ground ball back to Matlack. He'll throw home and gets him. He got him in a rundown, so a bad mistake defensively. First and third, 1 out. Here is Steve Dillard now. Dillard, 9 at bats and 2 hits. Matlack from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Dillard. That's a ground ball double play. Third, nope, no double play. Corners were in. He'll go to first, and the Tigers now have second and third, 2 outs. Tigers wasting an opportunity. Here is Rusty Staub, 0 for 1, flight out his first time up. Matlack from the stretch, second and third. Staub plays every day. He is waiting to hit. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a line drive. No, it's caught, and the Tigers come up empty. They get 1, they strand 2. It's 1-1. We go to the bottom of third inning here in Arlington. Bottom 3 here at Arlington, Texas, Arlington Stadium. Another hot night of baseball here as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Now we come up with Jimmy Sundberg. Sundberg up for his first time, hitting 267 with an RBI. Fidrich with the windup to Sundberg, and that's going to be a fly ball left field. He swung on a bad pitch. Kept with the catch. 1 away. Here is Hargrove. Hargrove, a left-handed hitter. 0 for 1 and grounded out. Fidrich with the windup. Here's the pitch to Hargrove. That's a ground ball back to Fidrich. He'll make the play and throw him out. He is a 2-0. Here's Campaneris, singled and also stole second. Fidrich with the windup. Here's the pitch. That will be a fly ball right field. Tough play for Spikes. He can't do it. It's over his head. Spikes misread that one. That's over his head. Campaneris will have a double. So Campaneris on at second with 2 outs. Here's Al Oliver. Fidrich from the stretch. Runner on second, 2 out, and the pitch. That will be a ground ball to first. Good play by Thompson. Takes it to the bag, and we're tied at 1. We go to the 4th inning. Detroit 1, Texas 1. Just as a reminder tonight, it is going to be doubleheader game again. It will be the Minnesota Twins taking on the California Angels. I believe it's Paul Thermosgard taking on Frank Tanana. Matlack on the mound, 1-1 ball game to start the 4th. Here's Jason Thompson and the pitch. Thompson with a ground ball to second. Wills throws it over to Hargrove and got 1 out here in the 4th. Here's Steve Kemp. He's 0 for 1, 17 at bats, nothing across. Matlack with the windup, lefty-lefty matchup, and that is a pop to first. Hargrove is there, makes the catch, and we got 2 outs. Here's Charlie Spikes. Matlack with the windup. Here's the pitch to Spikes, and that's going to ground ball back to the mound, throws them out, and 3 up, 3 down for the Tigers. Bottom 4 from Arlington, still no 1-1. Here's Richie Zisk, followed by Hara and Washington. Fidrich on the mound, his 4th inning of work. Fidrich with the windup. Here's the pitch to Zisk. That's going to be a fly ball left field. Kemp is there, makes the catch, and 1 out. Here's Toby Hara, 0 for 0. He walked his first time up. Fidrich with the windup. Here's the pitch to Hara. That's a fly ball left field. Kemp again is there, 2 outs. And now here's Claudel Washington, 0 for 1 with the run scored. Force play, scored a run. Fitterich with a windup. Here's the pitch to Claudel. And that's a line drive that Dillard retires aside. Hey, we played four. Still 1-1 here in Texas. Detroit won, Texas won. 1-2-0 for Detroit, 1-3-1 for Texas. Here's Parrish, followed by Rodriguez and Wagner. Matlack on the mound. Here's the pitch to Parrish. And that's a strikeout for Parrish, one away here in the fifth. John Matlack had an absolutely fantastic year, 15-13, but get this, in 270 innings, a 2.30 ERA. Next to Mike Caldwell and Ron Guidry, probably had three of the best years of American League pitchers. Matlack to wind up to Aurelio Rodriguez, and that's going to be a line pass to pop up behind the plate. Sundberg calls him off, makes the catch, and there's two out. Got two fine catchers playing in Sundberg and Parrish. Matlack with the windup. Here's a pitch to Wagner, and that's a fly ball to center. Beniquez will make this catch, retires aside. 3 up, 3 down. We are official here in Texas. Detroit won, Texas won. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Low-scoring ball game and definitely a pitcher's duel here at Arlington Stadium, home of the Texas Rangers. Beniquez wills Sundberg to bat for the Rangers here in the fifth. Fitterich with the windup. Here's a pitch to Beniquez. And Beniquez ground ball to short. That is Wagner. 3E29 makes the play. Nicely done. 1 out. Here's Bump Wills, who'll bat lefty here. Struggling through 15 at-bats. Home run, 2 RBIs. Popped up his first time up. Fitterich with the windup and the pitch. That's a ground ball to short. Wagner again makes the throw. Gets him. 2 outs. Good job there. So with 2 outs, here is Jim Sundberg again. Sundberg the batter, 0 for 1, flied out his first time up. Fitterich with the windup. Here's the pitch to Sundberg. And that's a ground ball to short. 3 ground ball X's to the shortstop. Makes the play, throws them out. And I believe that is Mike Wagner, throws. That's 6 threes in the book. He ties the Major League record for assists in the game. And Jason Thompson ties the Major League record for 3 putouts in the game with millions of people. We go to the 6th. Detroit won, Texas won. So now here's LaFleur, Dillard, and Staub the bat in the 6th. 1-1 ball game. Matlack to look in. Here's a sign to LaFleur, and that's going to be a line drive at Para for 1 out. Here's Dillard, 0 for 2, line out, ground out. Matlack with the windup. Here's the pitch, and that's a line drive base hit for Dillard. So Dillard is on. Let's see if he wants to run even with, gets picked off way too much. So he will not try. Here's Staub. He's 0 for 2. Tiger's a good lineup. Lefty-lefty matchup. Matlack working from the stretch. Runner on first, 1 out. Pitch to Staub. And that's a strikeout for Matlack. 2 outs. Here's Jason Thompson. He has 2 ground outs. Matlack looks in. Lefty-lefty matchup. Runner on first, 2 outs. And the pitch to Jason Thompson. Thompson, a line drive up the gap for a double. Dillard has to hold at third. And the Tigers got 2 on and 2 outs. Now here's Steve Kemp. He's 0 for 2. Tigers got 2 or 3 batters with almost 600 at-bats. They play every day. Second and third, 2 outs. Matlack from the stretch. Can the Tigers pull a run across? The pitch to Kemp. It is a strikeout looking. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Tigers won. Rangers won. Bottom 6. Good ball game from Arlington Stadium. Again, after this, folks, we're playing this fast. We'll go to Anaheim Stadium, the Big A, as it will be. It will be the Twins and Angels. Then we go to the next date in history, and the New York Yankees will defend the World Series championship opening day. They'll pull up the 1977 World Series flags. Ron Guidry taking on Wilbur Wood. So stay tuned for that one. That will be exciting. Fitterich against Hargrove here in the bottom of the 6th. Hargrove 0 for 2, couple groundouts. Tigers have only 3 hits. The Tigers have 4, while the Rangers have 3. Fitterich with a windup to Hargrove, and that's going to be a base hit to center field. So Hargrove a base hit. Both teams now with 4 hits. Fitterich now trying to get through this. Campaneris with 2 hits, 13 at bats, hitting a lofty .462. Let's see what Campy wants to do. Campy wants to bunt. Let's see. He's 2 for 2, but the Ranger management is asking for a bunt, which they're going to have him do. So here's a bunt for Campy. Small ball and gets Hargrove to second. So Campaneris gets a pat on the back. Runner on second, one out for a dangerous Al Oliver. 0 for 2. Fidrich from the stretch. Runner on second, one out, pitch to Al Oliver. That's a pop up the first. Thompson there makes the catch, and there are 2 outs in the 6th inning. Here is Zisk, 0 for 2. Fidrich from the stretch, pitch to Zisk. That is a ground ball back to Fidrich. Again, he's a 2-0, makes the play, and that retires the side. Rangers leave a runner on second. We head to the 7th. Tigers won, Rangers won. Again, a great matchup by Mark Fidrich. If you were to tell me he would blow out his shoulder in the next start and be gone basically for the rest of his life, you'd be kidding me. He's pitching like, again, a Cy Younger from 76. So here is, again, the top of the 7th. Spikes, Parrish, Rodriguez in the 7th. So Spikes, man, these guys all smash lefties. Matlack is avoiding most of this mess. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a drive to left center field and deep. Back goes Oliver, makes the catch over his head, one away. Matlack doesn't give up a lot. Only 14 home runs in 270 innings. Matlack with the windup to Parrish. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Matlack. Makes a nice play, turns around and fires to Hargrove. And you have 2 outs in the 7th. And here's Aurelio Rodriguez. 1 for 2 with a single. Matlack with the windup. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a liner base hit for Rodriguez. He's 2 for 3. Tigers with their 5th hit. And now here is Wagner. Mark Wagner. I apologize to the Wagner household for calling him Mike. Right-handed hitter against Matlack. Runner on first, 2 outs. Matlack to stay in this game. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a fly ball left field. Tough play for Oliver. Reaches, makes the catch, and we go to the 7th-inning stretch. Let's get up and stretch. Game 1, 1-1. Tigers and Rangers. For the Rangers, it'll be Hargrove, Washington, and Beniquez. Well, I don't know if it was a freak accident on Ben, was it? It was more, I think he died of a freak accident, absolutely, doing the farming, but the way his shoulder went out. I mean, they didn't have the Tommy Johns or the rotator cuff at that point. Was the Tommy John that preluded, they had the rotator cuff surgery that preluded Tommy John surgery. Once you had rotator cuff surgery, your season was pretty much done. So again, that was back in the day before Mr. Tommy John came along and had his different surgery that kind of changed pitchers' elbows at that point. Yeah, he did have the most freakish accident in the world. So kind of like Johnny LeMaster, who kind of was it Roger Metzger, who lost a couple fingers again in a farming accident also. So we now go to the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-1. Again, Tigers 1-5-0. Texas 1-4-1. This is Hara, Washington, and Beniquez against Fidrich. Fidrich, what are you as a rating? You are a 7, so you are in the fatigue mode this inning. Fidrich with the windup. Here's the pitch to Hara, and that's a walk. So now Hara gets on. It's all you need. One mistake. It's a 1-1 tie. Let's see if Hara wants to run. He'll get it on a 30. He'll get the lead. He doesn't. So runner on first, nobody out. Here's Claudel. 0 for 2, a run scored. Runner on first, nobody out. Washington's not bunting, I don't think. Fidrich from the stretch. That's a ground ball to third. Goes to second. Washington speed will beat it out. So there's one away. So Washington now down at first with 1 out. Here's Juan Beniquez. Doubled in a run. Had a ground out. Fidrich from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Beniquez. And that's going to be a ground ball C. That will get Washington over to second. And they'll get the run at first. The only play they had. So again, Texas has a man in scoring position. Good speed in Washington. He is not being held, so he becomes a 16. So a base hit in the outfield can get him home pretty easy. Here's Bump Wills, 0 for 2, 2 outs. You can pinch hit in this situation. You're not going to pinch hit for Bump, 539 at bats. Fidrich from the stretch. Wills is not clutch, but he loses it only on a 3-12. Here's the pitch. That will be a fly ball left field. That is Kemp. That's a tough play. Drops in front of Kemp. He lost it. Washington will score, and the Rangers take a 2-1 lead just like that. Oh my goodness. Here's Sundberg, runner on first and 2 outs. Let's see if Sundberg wants to run. 42% says yes. There's the throw. Got it this time. Wills with a stolen base. Fidrich not looking happy at this point. He's talking to that ball. I think he's mumbling words to Steve Kemp out there for blowing it. Fidrich from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Sundberg. Sundberg with a line drive, and no, it's caught by the shortstop to end the inning. Well, the Rangers get one. Unfortunately for Mark Fidrich, it's 2-1 Texas and going to the top of the eighth. Matlack will stay in there, and it will be LaFleur, Dillard, and Stott. This is where you want a righty out there. Who will the Rangers go to if they want to get him out of there? Len Barker? I don't think so. Steve Comer, who got hit with the loss, I believe. He did got hit with the loss in one of their games. Ferguson Jenkins can come in a pinch because he's not in this immediate rotation. So that would be an interesting. He doesn't have any save rating, so he would automatically come in tired from a hit. So let's see what happens. 2-1 ball game, top of the eighth. LaFleur the batter. Matlack from the windup. Here's the pitch. And that's a base hit for LaFleur. Now we'll see if LaFleur runs. He has a lot of ability. 42% and gets it. Here's the throw. Oh, he gets thrown out by Sundberg. He points at Lance Parrish, says, "You can do it. I can do it better." One away as LaFleur is thrown out in the top of the eighth inning. Wow, such good numbers, and Sundberg threw a BB down the Wills, who applied the tag. Matlack with the windup. Here's the pitch to Dillard, and that's a base hit, second hit of the inning. Now here's Rusty Staub. Matlack, I believe, is a 9 with 270 innings. He's an 8, so he'll tire in this inning. Actually, this could be his last batter. Matlack from the stretch. Runner on first, 1 out. Pitch to Staub. That will be a walk, and that does it. Matlack has officially kind of ran out of gas here in the heat in Texas. First and second, 1 out. Thompson, the batter. And they might stick with a lefty in this case, and they could go to Jim Umbarger, and I think they may do that. So here comes the Texas Ranger manager, and Jim Umbarger will come in and get him. So Matlack will leave the game. Umbarger is only giving up a hit in an innings pitch. No record and no saves. So Mr. Umbarger will pitch to the two lefties here, and then he'll have to deal with Charlie Spikes if need be. But if Umbarger can induce a double play, all bets are off. So Umbarger from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Jason Thompson. That will be a base hit center field. How about that? The Tigers may get back in this game. Ben, you were a Brewer fan at the time, but now you're a Tiger fan. So you kind of miss a different allegiance. So Steve Dillard can score on a 1-13. You got Steve Kemp on deck, left on left matchup. Do you want to send him on a 1-13? What do you do? Or do you pass? Let me make the decision. No, we hold him. So Ben makes the decision. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate playing along in the home game. You'll receive a copy of the home game before you leave tonight. So we'll hold the runner. Second is now bases loaded with 1 out. And Steve Kemp now the batter. Kemp is 0 for 3. He loves hitting righties a lot more than lefties, I'll tell you that. But I don't think the Tigers have anything else. He's normally a 15 home run, 80 RBI guy. So let's see if they got somebody else out there. That would be the thought process of getting Kemp's defense out the game. So we could go to one of the best names in baseball, John Wockenfuss. And yes, he would come in as a masher. Again, I try to play the 3-batter minimum. I think it keeps problems for doing major switches. Or you got a legend and Mickey Stanley still on this bench. You know what? Sorry, Steve Kemp. We are going to go ahead and bring in John Wockenfuss. So I'll make that decision. So Wockenfuss will hit for Kemp. Kemp is not happy at all. He thinks he should stay in this ball game, but The manager for the Tigers in this case wants to make a big decision. Bases loaded, one out. The awkward stance of Walkenfuss. Umbarger on the mound, working from the stretch. Rangers playing the infield in. Here's the pitch, and that will be a pop the second. Wills with the catch, and there's two outs. Oof. I don't know what Kemp would have done. I don't have the card to look at it. So now it belongs to Charlie Spikes. The problem with Charlie is he loses three hits in very high probability angles for his spot in the lineup. So that becomes a problem against Umbarger here. Mickey Stanley again could come in the ball game, could improve the defense. Does he hit in the clutch, or does he wonka lose it? He loses two hits. He loses three hits in the clutch in the same column where he wants hits. Son of a snitch. Let's see. Charlie Spikes. Mickey Stanley is going to hit for Spikes here. Same exact odds. So he loses hits in 7, 8, and 12. Again, huge probability. But he does higher OPS in this case. So we're going to go to a modern algorithm. So the bases loaded, two outs, a 2-1 ball game. Umbarger from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Stanley and struck him out, and Jim Umbarger does the job. Wow, the Tigers leave men on and unable to score on a 3-hour tour. The Tigers left the Gilligan's Island's worst so far today, as the Rangers still lead it 2-1. So now playing left field will be John Walkenfuss, and I'm going into right field will be Mickey Stanley. Makes the Tiger defense at Walkenfuss is a 4. Johnny. Johnny come lately. New kid in town. He's a 4 otherwise. Let's see. Hang on. We're gonna go with Tim Corcoran. So Corcoran will come in for Walkenfuss. They'll go exchange gloves. Corcoran's a 3E5. Stanley's a 2E13. Kind of makes their defense a little stronger. It is 2-5-1 for Texas and 1-8-0 for the Gilligan's Island Tigers here. Again, they've left a bunch on base. Just figuring out here, the Tigers have left 8 on base, the Rangers 4, and again, they trail 2-1. Hargrove will be followed by Campaneris and Oliver against Mark Fidrich. He'll stay out there until otherwise. Fidrich with the windup. Here's the pitch to Hargrove, and that's a fly ball right field. He hit that one again. Stanley with the catch and one away, and here is Campy. Campy's 2 for 3. Fidrich with the windup. Here's the pitch to Campaneris, and that's a strikeout for Fidrich. Again, what a game for Mark Fidrich, and again on the losing side. Here's Oliver, 0 for 3. Fidrich with the windup pitch to Oliver, and that's a line drive, and Mark Fidrich comes off the mound. He's pitched 8 innings, but he trails 2-1. For the Tigers, it's going to be Parrish, Rodriguez, Wagner, and the Rangers are going to take it off. They're going to try something here. Steve Comer does not have save ability. Len Barker, 4 saves, could get a batter out, and Roger Moret can't get anyone. So it becomes Barker, whose card is not so bueno, and because he pitches better to lefties, Comer can't give up a base hit or he becomes tired. Oh boy. Top of the ninth, Detroit batter, and they'll send a better pitching advantage up. So Steve Comer will come out. This could cost him, because right now he comes in with a 0 end. So a first hit will tire him. So Parrish, Rodriguez, Wagner, but now the Tigers, down by a run, will make a swap. Sorry, Lance Parrish fans. We will go to Milt May here. He hits righties. He's the platoon here. So May hits. He is 3 for 8, a double and an RBI. Comer with the windup. Here's the pitch, and that's a line drive. The shortstop, 1 away. And now here's Aurelio Rodriguez, another hitter who smacks lefties around, 2 for 3. Let's again look at our algorithm here as we're playing a little modern baseball here. I don't mind doing that sometimes, and everyone on their bench would hit righties better than Rodriguez would. Let's go to the platoon guy in this case, and it will be Phil Mankowski, again a righty batter who hits righties better. So Mankowski will hit one away. Only down a run. Again, if you were with us yesterday or we played, it was a Toronto Blue Jays came storming back and had that big ninth inning comeback. Comer with the windup. Oh, I put Tremmel up there. I didn't want that. I guess I should have. Oh, he just missed it too. Left field, and it's caught. Won the 6 home run, got the 7. So Tremmel came in and batted instead, and he got retired. So I made a mistake there, but it's okay. He almost hit a home run. Here is Mark Wagner. Again, he'll be probably pinch hit for, and since Trammell has come in and hit anyway. Now we're going to be, and let's go to Sweet Lou Whitaker here. So Whitaker will be the batter. Tigers need a base runner. So far for Whitaker, 7 at bats, hitting 286. 2 outs, last licks for the Tigers. Comer with the windup and the pitch. That will be a line drive caught. Ball game is over. And again, Mark Fidrich on the wrong end of the ledger. The Rangers win it 2-1. The Rangers will go to 2-3. The Tigers shuffling a little bit at 1-4. Fidrich with the loss goes 8 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, ERA 1.59. Just shake your head at that. The winning pitchers, John Matlack goes 7/3, 7 hits, only 1 run, not earned, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Umbarger gets a hole, and Steve Comer gets his second save. Doubles in the ball game were by Thompson is second, Campaneris is first, Beniquez is first. RBIs by Beniquez and Wills. 2-1 Rangers, and that's a final. Let's go ahead and get our game set up for game 2 as we go to the West Coast. It's Hotel California time. It will be actually my fault. It will be Pete Redford on the mound for the Twins, taking on Frank Tanana. We'll go ahead and get that set up and get that out to you. And we'll be right back in one moment. Let's get it out there and start getting you to some baseball. Keep the Angel game, the Angel stuff. So far in this series, by the way, Goltz defeated Brett in the opener. Then Ase defeated Erickson. So far, the Twins and Angels have split the first 2 games. Actually, the 4th game of this series is tomorrow. Other part of our doubleheader is going to be Thermosgard and Ryan, and then Ron Guidry and Wilbur Woods. So that'll be if I could play that one again tonight, I will. If not, maybe I can put it as a recording because that is going to be some matchup. So if Ben, you can watch that if it's on there. Here at Anaheim, singles are 1-12, home runs are 1-9. Again, they split the first 2 games of this 4-game series. Redfern, who's no record of 5-4, 5.40 ERA. Frank Tanana's 0-1, and he got hit hard his last time out with a 12 ERA. Let's head to Anaheim and play baseball. Get that set up. Play game number 2. Yep, sorry about that. Fidrich no run support and had Alan Trammell do it. This is game number 2. 3 people now join me here. And I want to welcome anyone in who wants to come and enjoy the crowd. Please like, please subscribe as we're playing game 2 of this doubleheader. And let's look at the defense. Rudy, Bostock, and Miller. That's a 5 out of possible 12. I can tell you that is really good and solid. 2E3, 2E5, 1E5. That is a great defense. If they get the pitching and can hit, this team can compete with Texas and Kansas City. Chalk, Mullenix, Gritch, Fairley, not so good. That's going to be a rating total of 12 out of possible 16, so about below average. The 3E36 by Mullenix doesn't work well. Gritch is low 4E15 at second. It's kind of crazy. Terry Humphreys, your catcher, 2E4 the +1. And Frank Tanana, who got kind of hit hard and fast, 6 innings, 10 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, and he gave up 2 home runs in those 6 innings. For the Twins, it's Rivera, Ford, Carew, Cusick, who looks like the Bears, Smalley, Waniger, Wolf, Norwood, and Randall. So we don't see Mike Cubbage again, as he's been one of the hot hitters in baseball. So here's Bombo Rivera. He'll lead off for the Twins here in California. We're ready for baseball. It's Hotel California, says the Eagles. And let's play 2, says Ernie Banks. Tanana, the pitcher. Rivera, the hitter. And the first pitch. That will be a ground ball the second. Grits with the play. And there's 1 away. And here's Disco Dan. Hitting 259, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Tanana with the windup, the pitch to Ford. That's going to be a strikeout, and there's two outs. Here is Rod Carew hitting 394. No homers, 5 RBIs. Tanana with the windup, pitch to Carew. That will be a fly ball right field. Miller with the catch and the size, retired. Minnesota, nothing. California, nothing. So California due up for the Twins. Defense not good. Norwood, Ford, and Rivera, total of 10 out of 12. That is well below average. Ford is an is a 2E. 10's gonna have to cover a lot of ground in the outfield. It's Wolf, Smalley, Randall, Carew. That is 2's on the right. Good. That's a total of 7 on the left. That's bad. Wolf of 4, Smalley of 3. Waniger won the fine young catchers 3E5, and Pete Redfern, who pitched 3 innings in his first start, gave up 6 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 home runs, a 5.40 ERA, had the no decision. It's Redfern, and here is Rick Miller. It'll be Miller, Gritch, Bostock, Rudy, Barreler, who's the DH, Fairley, Chalk, and Monix, and Humphrey. Here's a pitch from Pete Redford. We're underway. And that's a strikeout for Rick Miller. Here's Bobby Gritch hitting 222. He struggled, had a couple hits in his last game. Redford with the windup. Here's the pitch to Gritch, and that's going to be a walk. So Gritch is on, and they got some ability to run on this team. Let's see if they try it. They do. Here's the throw. Oh, he got thrown out. Bobby Gritch, the high 20s, is killing me today. So Butch Waniger threw a strike to Bob Randall, tagged out Gritch for the second out. Here's Bostock. 211 hitter, 2 RBIs. Redford with the windup. Here's the pitch to Bostock. That is going to be a ground ball to second. Randall's got it. Ooh, barely makes the play, throws him out. Fell down on it, picked himself up, and he got him. Now batting, the Bears. It's going to be Craig Cusick. Kind of reminds me of the bully from pro wrestling days. Craig Cusick. If you put the Bears sweater on him and he's in a bar, what would he say? The Bears. Kind of looks like that dude, doesn't it? Cusick, a right-handed hitter. He's your designated hitter against lefties. Tanana on the mound. Here's the pitch to Cusick. That's a strikeout, 1 away. Here's Smalley. So Smalley, the batter. Tanana with the Smalley so far in the year hitting 333, 1 home run, 5 RBIs, been up 30 times. Remember, the Twins did have that 5-game series to open the season with the Mariners. I think a lot of the Twins and Mariners will have a lot more at bats. Tanana with the windup. Here's the pitch to Smalley, and that's a ground ball to third. Chalk with the play, and there's 2 outs. And now here's Butch Waniger hitting 174, a double, triple home run, and an RBI. Tanana with the windup. Here's a pitch to the switch hitting Waniger. That's a line drive. It's caught by Rudy. Makes the catch, and we played an inning and a half here. Hotel California. Desperado. Minnesota nothing. The Angels nothing. Rudy followed by Barreler and Fairley. Fairley what? So Rudy. 21 at bats, 2 doubles, a home run, 5 RBIs. Redfern with the windup. Here's the pitch to Rudy. Rudy, ground ball to second. Randall again. Does he make the play there? Yes, he does. Bob Randall getting a couple shots. Here's Don Baylor. What a start for Don. 18 at bats, 5 doubles, which probably leads the league, and 4 ribbies. Redfern with the windup. Here's the pitch to Baylor. And that's a walk, so Baylor is on. Now he's got some speed still. 38%, gets it. Here's the throw. Gets it barely. 1-19, gets it on the 18. So Baylor steals second one out for Ron Fairley, kind of a veteran on this team. 2 for 8, home run, 3 RBIs. Redfern from the stretch, pitch to Fairley. And that's a line drive deep to right field. Back is Rivera, makes the catch. Here goes Baylor. He's going to try to score, and he goes to third. So Baylor on at third with 2 outs can score on a pass ball or a wild pitch. Here's Dave Chalk, 19 at bats, an RBI, hitting 316. Redford from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Chalk. That is going to be a catch-ax. This is where it can happen. Pass ball, foul out. Does he get the pass ball? Yes, he does. Retire the side. Angels get a base runner. They strand him at third. We played 2. Minnesota nothing, California nothing. From the Big A in Anaheim, the second game of our doubleheader. Oh yeah. I'm always a big wrestling fan, but Bully was he was more of a modern, more he played. That was actually Crusher Khrushchev days, because he ended up being the Oh, actually, no, that was Repo. I'm thinking of a guy who WWF had at the time was a bully, kind of a guy with that kind of beard. But no, to me, he totally looks like the character from the Saturday Night Live skits of the Bears. So the third inning here is Minnesota. It'll be Wolf, Norwood, and Randall. So Tanana's on the mound. Here's the pitch to Wolf, and that's a ground ball to short. That's Mullenix. That's a tough play. Makes it. So Mullenix stopped, popped, and threw it. And now here's Willie Norwood. Norwood hitting 125, 24 at bats. Tanana with the windup. Here's the pitch to Norwood. And that's a ground ball to second. Gritch with the play, and there's two outs. Here's Randall. So with two outs in the third, Tanana with the windup. Here's the pitch to Randall, hitting 415 at bats. 610 to ground ball to short. Again, it's Mullenix. He gets it, throws. Oh, this time he throws it over the head of Fairley and ends up in the photographer bin. So Mullenix an E6, a two-base error. So Randall the second, two outs for Bombo Rivera. Oh, 0 for 1 a ground out so far. Tanana from the stretch in the pitch. That's going to be a strikeout. We go to the bottom three, no score. Here's Rance Mullenix. 15 at bats, no RBIs, no hits, just a ribby. So, yeah, he is kind of struggling, and he really hits righties more than anything else. Redfern with the windup. Here's the pitch, and the Schneid is still on. Randall with the play. Single on a 1-8, rolled to 10, so he had a chance. Here's Terry Humphrey. Through 8 at bats, he has 3 hits. Redfern with the windup. Here's the pitch to Humphrey, and that's a walk. So Humphrey's on with 1 out. Here's Rick Miller. Still looking for our first base hit of the ball game. Redfern from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Miller. Fly ball to right. Rivera's there. 2 outs. Here's Bobby Gritch. He has walked his first time up. Redfern from the stretch. The pitch to Gritch. And that's a ground ball to short. Goes the second. We played 3 here in California. We're lulling them to sleep here. Night game for the Big A. No score. Top of the fourth. Both teams still looking for that first hit. Ford, Carew, and Cusick, the bat for the Twins. So Frank Tanana looking a lot better out there. Tanana with the windup. Here's the pitch to Ford. And that's a double for Ford. That's in the gap off the wall. Ford will go to second. First hit of the ball game for the Twins. It's Dan Ford. Here's Carew, 0 for 1, flied out his first time up. Tanana now needs to bear down and get this out. Here's the pitch to Carew. Carew with a bait. Oh, no. Gritch with a great stab. 1 to 14 single, got to 17. Again, that'll be a twib note on This Week in Baseball. So 1 out in the fourth. Here is Tanana against Cusick. 7 at bats, 1 hit, and here's the pitch. And Cusick with the line drive deep to left field. Back goes Rudy. Oh, he makes the catch at the track. Rudy reached up and pulled it back in. Ford had a hold. 1 to 11 home run, rolled to 12. 2 outs in the fourth, and here's Smalley, 0 for 1. Smalley grounded out his first time up. Tanana looks in, getting a little gun shy right now. Tanana from the stretch. Here's the pitch, and that's a pop up to second. Gritch with the play, and the sides retired. Bottom of the fourth, Minnesota nothing, California nothing. Second half of a twin build tonight as Hotel California comes to the Big A. Bostock, Rudy Baylor, the bat for the Angels. Pete Redfern has no way of being out here. Only 10 innings on the season. So he's going to be basically shut down for the year at this point. And he has nothing, no hits. So be it. Redfern with the windup. Here's the pitch to Bostock. And that's a ground ball to third. 1 away. Wolf with the play. And there's 1 away. And here's Rudy, 0 for 1 with the ground out. Redfern with the windup. Pitch to Rudy. And that's going to be a base hit, first base of the ball game for the Angels. Does Rudy want to go? Only 8%, and we have 70%. Oh, he gets the jump, and he gets in there. Rudy surprisingly steals second. So they get it on Redfern there. Runner on second, 1 out. Here's Baylor. He's not bunting, especially with 1 out. Redfern from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Baylor. Baylor is a ground ball to third. Wolf's got it. He's a 4E25. Does he make the play? No, it's hit the dirt. Carew can't make it, can't corral it. And that's an E5. That's an easy play for Wolf. And he bounced it to Carew. First and third, 1 out. And the Angels now with an advantage. Ron Fairley, 0 for 1. Redford from the stretch. They'll play the corners in. They'll try to stop that run from third. Here's the pitch from Redfern. And that's going to be a line drive caught by Randall. And now there's 2 outs. And now here's Dave Chalk. He's been surprisingly good, but he is god awful in the clutch. 2, 3, 7, 9. Bad numbers. So let's see what Chalk does. Redfern from the stretch. 2 outs and the pitch. And that's going to be a walk, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. So the Angels try not to have the same fate as the Tigers and leave a 3-hour tour. Here's Rance Mullinick, bases loaded, 2 outs. Mullinick still is looking for his first hit of the year. Can he do it against Redfern? Redfern from the stretch and the pitch. That is going to be a walk, and that already tires Redfern. He only had a 4 endurance. 1-0 California. Does Gene Mauch come in and get him now? Oof. Let's see. Humphrey the batter. And let's see who the Twins have as bullpen. They used Gary Surham and almost killed them the last time out. Yes, he is tired. He's pitched 7 innings, given up 6 hits and no earned runs. So he has been solid. Gary Thayer gives you 45 innings. Now, this is the thing. This Twin bullpen is short on talent. They don't have their closer Marshall yet. So it is bases loaded, 2 out, 1-0 Angels with only 1 hit. Redfern will stay in there and pitch to Humphreys from the stretch in the pitch. That will be a fly ball to left center field, forward with the catch, and they leave again a 3-hour tour. But they do score 1. We go to the 5th, 1-0 Halos. Wanninger followed by Wolf and Norwood here in the top of the 5th inning. Okay, let's say hello to everyone who's here. No, Twins can't. Top of the 5th, 1-0 in. Thank you for everyone for being here. RJL probably goes on about 8 minutes, so we'll try to get things onward here. I'm sure he has another fantastic game in the 1983 replays. He plays the final week. And here is Wanninger, followed by Wolf and Norwood. So Tanana with the windup, the pitch to Wanninger. And that's a base hit left field for Wanninger. So now the Twins try to get something going. Tanana from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Wolf. Let's see. He looks out. Does he get the bunt signal? We'll look out and see. He's a C. They're playing the bunt, so it's going to be low odds. So Tanana from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball left field. That is a catch by Rudy, 1 out. Here's Willie Norwood, 0 for 1. 25 at-bats already, hitting 120. That's no longer a sample size. He'll need to pick this up. Tanana from the stretch, runner on first, 1 out. And that's going to be a base hit. That's down the line. Wanninger will go to third, but no speed. He'll have to hold. Second and third, 1 out for the Twinkies. So now here's Bob Randall, 0 for 1. Tanana struggling a little bit now. Second and third, 1 out. Infield will come in. The Angels want this win. They'll play and see if they can get Wanninger slow foot coming home. Tanana from the stretch and the pitch. That's going to be ground ball to short. They'll hold the runner. They'll throw it to first, get him, and there's 2 outs. And now Bombo Rivera will need a little love, but he gets a lot of unclutches again. That's why they're the Twins and why they're going to lose a ton of games. 1-8. 3-5, 3-6, 3-12. Due to probability, those are extremely high odds. And you'll find them second and third, 2 outs. Here is Tanana from the stretch to Rivera. And does he get out of it? Yes, he does. A pop-up. Chalk makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Both teams have 3-hour tours available. 1-0 Angels. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. So far, the Twins have left 4 on base. The Angels have left 5. So now it's going to be Miller, Gritch, and Bostock. 0 for 2 for Miller. Redfern, again, you don't want to left this bullpen. Redfern from the windup. Here's the pitch to Miller. That's going to be a popped up to first. Doesn't find the dot. That's good. Here's Gritch. 0 for 1 a walk. Redfern with the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit, Gritch. So he's on base. Let's see if he wants to steal again. He got thrown out the last time up. He's a little bit greedy, doesn't get it. Runner on first, 1 out. Here's Bostock, 0 for 2. Struggling a little bit, 21 at-bats, a double, 2 ribbies. Redfern from the stretch, pitch to Bostock. And that's a walk. Redfern is now struggling. First and second, 1 out. Rudy the batter. Rudy, 1 for 2, hitting 348. So Redfern from the stretch, he can give up a dot now and get burned. Righties, and you got a lot more righties coming in. So the Twins, Gene Mauch has seen enough, and now you're gonna get Gary. Let's see what his real first name is. We don't have to botch it right here on television. So I believe it is. Let's get a first name, and we'll go to the bullpen. It will be Greg Thayer on the mound, I believe. Don't like the card at all. Again, Gary Sturm has been used and abused, so we try not to go back to him. Thayer, we had 45 innings. Boy, they want Redfern to probably go a little bit longer. He's almost out of innings if you look at it that way. He's 8 innings. He'll stay in. He'll max his 100% innings, and that'll be it. Redfern from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Rudy, and that's going to be a foul out to the catcher. Redfern gets a break. First and second, 2 out for Baylor with Fairley on deck. Baylor, again, struggles in the clutch a little bit. 3-3, 3-5. Not as good as card you would want. Again, he murdered lefties that season. So this is a good situation for Redfern. Just has to avoid his own dots on his own card that would give him hits. And for that, if you're looking at his card, it is a 6-11, which is low odds. And then the other dot is going to be a 5-7, which is high probability. He wants to avoid a 5-7. A lot of other stuff on this card. Redford from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 5-6. Doubles down the line. That will score a run. That scores Gritch without a problem. They have Bostock 1-17. They are going to try to send him. They're going to hold the trailing runner, and he's safe, and the Angels take a 3-0 lead. Here's Ron Fairley. Redfern from the stretch and the pitch. And that's going to ground ball to first. Good play by Carew. Retires the side. Angels 3, Minnesota nothing. Boy, that's what baseball's all about is pitching. Top of the 6th, Ford, Carew, Cusick. Big situation here for Tanana. Here's the pitch. That will be a line drive base hit for Ford. Again, one of the better hitters on this team. So now let's see if the Twins can get something going. Here's Carew, 0 for 2. Tanana from the stretch, the pitch to Carew. Carew, fly ball right field. Carew actually hit a bad pitch. So again, Tanana got the best of him there. That's a great one column, and he couldn't hit it. One away here in the 6th. Here is Tanana from the stretch to Cusick, 0 for 2. That's going to ground ball to the first base. Fairley's a 4-3. He was holding him on. Does he get a base? Yes, he does. He gets past him. So Cusick went the other way. Fairley couldn't get it. And Ford will go to third. So now the Twins first and third with 1 out. For Smalley, he's 0 for 2. Tanana struggling again from the stretch. First and third, 1 out. Pitch to Smalley. Batting right-handed. Fly ball center field. Bostock will make the catch. Ford will come trotting home, makes the catch. And it's now 3-1. So an RBI for Smalley. Call it F8 sacrifice in your books. It's 3-1 Angels. So now here is Waniger. Runner on first and 2 outs. Tanana from the stretch. Pitch to Waniger. And that's going to be a pop-up to short. Monix with the catch. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 3-1 California. And that's all. So that'll be all for Tanana. That'll be all for Redfern. And that'll probably be his last appearance of the year. It has to be Greg Thayer here. So Thayer comes in. On the year, Thayer is 1-1. So he's must have been extra inning guys. He's pitched 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. So Thayer to Clark. It'll be Clark, Monix, and Mumphrey in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. That's a walk. Again, his card is god-awful. Jesus Christ against lefties. Thayer from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And there's something you hit. Base hit, first and third. Could not get the home run because actually was that a ballpark single? It is a ballpark single. Oh, no, the power was weak. That was a home run opportunity. Monix doesn't have the power, so he gets the single. First and third, nobody out for Humphrey. This will be the third batter, so we can probably yank Thayer after this. He is not impressing me. They'll play the infield in. Thayer from the stretch to Humphrey and the pitch. That will be a pop-up to short. Smalley with the play, 1 away. Here's Miller. Miller, Gritch, followed by Bostock and Rudy. On this team. And Thermosgard pitches next outing, so he'll make his first start of the year, so I can't bring him in. And then Lily left on this team is going to be Tim Johnson, 33 innings and 12 innings out of Dave Johnson. So this team is going to get ripped because of this. So with one out, they'll keep the corners in. Thayer from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Miller. And that's going to fly ball to center. Ford will make the catch. Chalk will come home on a 1-17. They'll throw. They'll hold safe. It's 4-1 Angels with 2 outs. Here's Bobby Gritz. Again, that's a sacrifice. 8 in your scorebooks with the RBI. No at bat. Thayer from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Gritch. That will be a fly ball to center. Ford is there. Makes the catch. Angels add 1. We go to the top of the 7th. It's 4-1 California. 4-4-1 for the Angels. 1-5-1 for the Twins. It's Wolf, Norwood, and Randall against Tanana. So now the Minnesota Twins look at their bench. This is the 7th inning. You can start pulling guys and start hitting like crazy. Jose Morales, a strong hitter against lefties, doesn't see time at all. Would be a viable option. Then you put Cubbage in there and take your chances. So I wonder, again, the Twins want to get back in this, and they're going to wait for the chance here. So it's going to be Wolf. He'll swing. Tanana from the windup and the pitch. That will be a line drive base hit. That's in the gap. So the double for Wolf. You cried Wolf, and Wolf doubles. Runner on second, nobody out. Down by 3. Here's Willie Norwood. Again, not many hitters on the bench who want to see a lefty. Tanana from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Norwood. And Norwood ground ball to third. Holds the runner at second. Throws him out 1 away. Here's Bob Randall. So, again, a serious little... Again, the Twins having the problem here. Looking for a left. Looking for, again, Jose Morales. They put another man on. That would be an option. Bombo Rivera, who hits lefties well, is on deck. Tanana from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Randall. And that's a ground ball to short. Again, holds Wolf. Throws him out. 2 outs. So now here is Rivera 0 for 3. He needs to get a big hit here. Tanana from the stretch. Runner on second's Wolf. He's not being held. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. That's it at Mullenix. That could be trouble. He gets it, throws them out, retires aside, and the Angels go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's stretch time. It's 4-1 Angels. Bottom of 7, Hotel California, game number 2. Oh, my goodness. What do the Twins do with 100 fly balls? Not much. Yeah, Twin bullpen is just frightening right now. And I have no idea. That's why their starters have to give you length. And they got some good starters. But in the 7th, Angels lead 4-1. It'll be Bostock, Rudy, and Baylor against Thayer in his nightmare batting practice card. And we got here lefty, righty, righty. Here's the pitch. Keep him out there. And that's going to be a ground ball to third. Good play by Wolf. Throws him out. Here's Rudy. Rudy 1 for 3 runs scored. Thayer with the windup, pitch to Rudy, and that's going to be a line drive base hit for Rudy. 1-12, got to 10. So they get a little 20-sided love. Here's Baylor 1 for 2 with a double. So here's Thayer from the stretch, pitch to Baylor, and that will be ground ball double play. Wolf to second, the first big double play. We go to the top of the 8th, 4-1 California. Ford, Carew, Cusick. This is where they need to make hay against Tanana. Tanana, 239 innings, can give you 7. Again, and I love the Angel bullpen. He'll stay out there until tired. Here's a pitch to Ford. And Ford, a ground ball to third. Good play by Chalk. Throws them out 1 away. Here's Carew 0 for 3. Tanana with the windup and the pitch. And that's a strikeout for Carew. Holy cow. Got to get to the presses. Stop the presses. Rod Carew strikes out. 2 outs in the 8th. Tanana with the windup. Cusick now the bat. He's the designated hitter. And the Twins are going to go to their bench. This is where Jose Morales is going to have to come in and hit hard quick. He's the DH, so might as well pinch hit for Jose right now. Morales, strong hitter. Tanana with the windup, pitch to Morales. And that's a base hit for Jose Morales. Tell you, he's a great hitter against lefties. Should have been the DH, not Mr. Cusick. Here's Smalley, 0 for 2 with an RBI. Tanana with the stretch and the pitch. That will be a ground ball to third. Goes the second the short way, and we go to the bottom of the eighth inning. Angels lead it 4-1. Twins won 7-1. The Angels 4-5-1. Fairly followed by Chalk and Monix. Thayer just looking to finish this. Thayer with the windup, the pitch to Fairley, and that's a hit by pitch. So Fairley takes his base. So now here's Dave Chalk. Thayer from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Chalk. 0 for 1, couple walk. That's a pop to first. Crew with the catch, and there's one away. Here's Monix. He's 1 for 2. Thayer from the stretch. Pitch to Monix, and that's a line drive to short. 2 outs. Here's Terry Humphrey with 2. Thayer with the windup. Here's the pitch to Humphrey. And how about that? Greg Thayer comes in and gets some outs for the Twin bullpen. Thayer, I talked bad about him. 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Keeps it close. Last licks for the Twinkies. 1-7-1 for the Twins. 4-5-1 for the Angels. Waniger, Wolf, Norwood against Tanana, who's looking to complete this game. Tanana with the windup. Here's a pitch to Waniger. And that's going to be a line drive caught in the gap by Rudy, 1 away. Here's Larry Wolf, doubled his last time up. Tanana with the windup. Here's the pitch to Wolf, and that will be a base hit. So Wolf is on with the second hit. Here's Norwood. Norwood, 428 at-bats. Glenn Borgman, no. I'm looking again at this team. Who wants to hit somebody right now? And all these guys are lefties who want righties. And you don't see the Angel manager right now calling for a righty here. Tanana's going to stay in there. Runner on first, 1 out from the stretch. Willie Norwood, the batter, 27 at-bats. Only a double hitting 148. Anything has to be better than him. So again, they'll go back to the bullpen. They'll call Mike Cubbage out. Cubbage has been one of the more dynamic hitters, or do we go? Let's look at, again, the percentages. 397 against a lefty. He is the best hitter out there unless we go to Glenn Borgman, the backup catcher here. Well, I guess you hit here. This is something you probably wouldn't do back then, but Glenn Borgman will be the batter. Hits lefties better than anyone left on this team. And I guess if they lose Butch Waniger, we're going to have a problem. But again, the Twins need base runners. Tanana from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Borgman. Borgman on a strikeout, as Tanana says, sit down, Glenn. 2 outs, last at bat for Bob Randall. 0 for 3. Tanana from the stretch. Runner on first, 2 outs in the pitch. That's going to be a line drive. It's caught by Rudy, retires aside, and the Angels will win it. So the Angels win the ball game by a score of 4-1. 4-5-1 for the Angels, 1-8-1 for the Twins. The Angels got 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. They led 4-1 at the end of 6. Twins' only run was in the 6th, and that held on. 4-5-1 for the Angels, 1-8-1 for the Twins. Pete Redfern pitched 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 2 earned runs, 6 walks. Thayer pitched a 3 good innings, 2 hit ball. Tanana, complete game, gets our MVP. 9 innings, 8 hits, 1 run it's earned, and 5 strikeouts. Doubles by Ford, Wolf, Norwood, and Baylor. RBIs by Smalley, Miller. Baylor had 2, and Monix. Rudy and Baylor had stolen bases. So the Angels win it. They'll go to 3-3, while the Twins lose, and they'll go 4-4. Folks, again, let's go over this next set of games. I will go ahead and play out the remaining game on the slate, which is going to be will be Rick Honeycutt against Rick Langford. I can post that on my community board if people want to see the game, but otherwise I don't think there's a lot of interest in Mariners and A's. Then we go to the 13th. Like we said, Wilbur Wood, Ron Guidry, opening day at the stadium, 1978, April 13th. That is when the Reggie bars came flying out. And then we'll go to California, Paul Thermosgard and Nolan Ryan. And then we'll go to a full Friday slate of games on April 14th. So please join me as we will play Major League Baseball 1978 Stratomatic Replay once again. As I go inside my time machine, and I say again, goodbye to Ben. I thank you so much for coming and being here. For those who are here, please like, please subscribe. Have a great rest of your evening. This has been Sports Time Machine saying see you once again back in the past and play more Stratomatic Baseball.